morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to Spark FM Online. This is Saucy and Friends in the morning, every Monday through Friday from 9 to 11, where we hang out, have a good old time, and we talk all the things. And it is Friday. Yeah. I'm excited.
I got on my Ice Cube shirt because it's Friday.
You said you what?
I got on my Ice Cube shirt because it's Friday.
Oh, I like what you did there.
Your Ice Cube?
Ice Cube. Ain't they supposed to be coming out with a remake? I mean,
I hope not. I hope
think
not.
it's another one of those.
What?
Another Friday.
I hope
Oh,
not.
That's been in talks for a long time.
I'm not.
It has been confirmed.
I'm not in agreement with that.
I'm not. You
It has been confirmed, but at least Ice Cube is doing it.
Really?
Yeah, it has been confirmed maybe about a month ago or so.
I don't
you know
want
what
it.
I saw that's coming out tomorrow is like a post Love Jones something that's coming out tomorrow, and it's called, I forget what it's called, but
What do you mean, post?
It's like after Love Jones after. So they had a daughter, and now they're going through a divorce, and the daughter is a poet now, and she's doing this whole thing, and it's coming out
Sequel.
tomorrow. Yeah, like a sequel. Yeah,
Yeah.
sequel. But I'm like, who wants that? Nobody wants
You
that.
might like it. Might have some new poetry.
They're not even in it.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
That's
it's just the daughter and her story.
No,
And I'm
that's
like,
just
nobody
weird.
Who wants that? Nobody called for that.
Maybe it's for the new generation to connect with their parents.
the old generation.
I don't know. You know who's in it though? Marvin, her ex-boyfriend. Do you remember?
Oh
him?
yeah.
Yeah, he's in the movie. But I'm like, nobody asked for that. Nobody
Nobody
wants
asked for
that.
Marvin. Today is our day where we are joined by our partners in crime, the Dorchester reporter, aka Seth Daniels, who
be here.
is
Thank
one
you.
of their reporters over there who covers local news here in the community. Welcome back, Seth.
Thank you for having me. Love to be a partner in crime.
Partner
Good crime.
in good.
Crime for the people.
Partner
Crime for the
in
people.
media.
Partner in
yeah.
media.
I like
Media.
crime though. It has a
Yeah.
ring to it. You know, it gives it a little oomph.
Yeah.
But yes, welcome, Seth. Seth is going to be going through the around the way news with us and deep diving into a couple of stories that he's covered that we've talked about and that we just want to expound on a little bit. Like we always say, we like to bring you guys the experts, the people who have their boots to the ground. Flap, flap, flap. Seth, how's it been?
It's been all right.
Yeah.
You know, we got through the heat wave.
I know.
Did you get through it?
I barely did. I
Really?
mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Come back
Yeah.
at this point.
Absolutely. And then this weather is not any, it's better, but the plummet from our heat
too
wave to
much.
now, it's kind of crazy.
I needed 85.
Yeah, me too. Me
I
too.
know.
We've been talking about 85 being the magic number. It's hot enough, yet it's cool enough to not literally
agree.
like
What we
peel
also
open.
needed is just like a gradual type situation.
Yeah.
Like it can't go zoop, zoop.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it did. And that's why they give so many pneumonia vaccines.
Oh, never getting that again in my life. It's not gonna happen. I don't care. The pneumonia's coming to you today. You got to get the no. It
Yeah.
hurt. I hated it.
I know. When we went to the clinic the other day, they asked if I wanted to get Noah's pneumonia vaccine and COVID. And I was like, no.
No.
Sorry.
No.
He's
And I-
already gotten a few.
Yeah,
He's
and
all
I'm
set.
super pro-vaccine,
Yeah.
but
Oh, me too.
It's just the aftermath of that. I was like, oh my god, I'm dead.
Yeah.
They killed
Horrible.
me.
I am not. I don't want that.
So continue on with the checking. How you doing, Miss Cutie?
I'm good. I'm good. Okay. So shout out to Samaya who what she do? What is it called? Laid.
Yes, laid.
Laid my hair yesterday. And it was a really nice experience, a beautiful studio. You guys shout out to Samaya. And I'm gonna have to put her information somewhere to holler for y'all to holler at her. I had a really, really nice day. Yesterday was a really, really nice day for me. Like from start to finish, the show went really well. I left the show, went home and did actual work, got my work
Good.
done. And then I went and I got my hair done. And then my son was off where he's gonna be at. And then I went to dinner. My son has
Do you know where that is?
well, yeah, my son has like a little best friend who wants him to like live at his house. So I'm like, okay.
That's
The
a good
mom,
thing.
Yeah, and the mom is home all the time, so she's like, drop him off. I don't care. Leave him here till 2 a.m. or whenever. Leave
Yes,
him here
sir.
forever.
Yes, I will.
So I'm like, oh, okay, fine. So I went to dinner last night and had a really nice time out at dinner, and really great conversation, good company, and it was nice. It was nice.
Good. What about you, Rockstone Triv?
I did work. I did work. That's it. I just did work yesterday, and that's all I did.
It's good to do work.
Yeah.
And errands, running around everywhere. When I do stuff for my mother, it's like an adventure.
It's a day.
Yeah.
Day of labor.
Your mom's got a lot going on.
You know?
Yes, for me too. Yesterday concluded the finale series of our Vibes and Ventures pilot business workshop kickoff.
Very nice here.
Mouthful, love that. I made that up just now. So we did 3 parts of it, and yesterday concluded it, and it was really great. I think the free resources and information that people have been able to gather from this has been phenomenal. We've heard such great feedback. So shout out to all of our panelists. Shout out to all of our caterers. Yesterday was caterers right there. Lonnie's.
Oh, I like Lonnie's.
Is it just Lonnie's?
Just Lonnie's, yeah.
Just Lonnie's.
Yeah.
I'm like grilling and no, but it's,
I think it's Lonnie's Pizza.
yeah, I think it's
Lonnie's
Lonnie's.
Pizza,
Yeah,
yeah,
shout
yeah.
out to Lonnie's Pizza. That chicken wings was great.
You know what they have there? A good
The wraps
pastrami
is very
sandwich.
nice.
Yes, they do. Very good pastrami sandwich.
yeah.
And from other caterers, we had Finn's Fusion from downstairs cater us on the first time. So make sure you guys go visit Finn's Fusion. $6 lunch meals. Hello.
Hello.
And then the second time we had Chester Oasis,
Oasis
yes,
Cafe.
Oasis Cafe, located
Yeah.
right on Hampton
good
Street.
food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then yesterday, no, the day before, we had Eferall, and shout out to Sean
Chef
Trini,
Prince.
Chef Prince, Chef Prince Cuisine. I love using local, home-based caterers to do dope things. So we ate good this week, boy. I tell you, that's good eats. So that's great. Seth is here, and we're gonna start in on the Around the Way news. So let's officially start the show, Tristan.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz. You're listening to Spark FM online.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
All right, so today is June 27th. It is Friday, June 27th. It's approximately 9:35 in the morning. Currently, the weather is 69 degrees. We're going to reach a high of 75, which is nice, very nice. I was so excited last night because it was very cool, and I got to wrap up in a blanket, so that was awesome.
It was hot in my apartment. I had to put on my AC for a little bit.
Me too. I did have to bring it down.
Yeah.
But then once it got down, it was great.
Yeah.
Saturday is going to be a high of 78, but there is a 75% chance of rain. And then Sunday is going to be 84 with a 40% chance of rain. And then Monday we're back in the 90s. I don't know how we are surviving here. I'm not sure what we're supposed to believe.
Yeah.
Our bodies are confused.
Shocking the system.
It is. However, let's get into the news. Let us get into the news. Again, this is the Community News Check-In in partnership with Dorchester Reporter. And then we do have tickets to give away later to Caribbean Nights. That's going to take place tonight at Big Night Live with Tonto Metro, Devontae, and Spraga Benz and Wayne Wonder. So we will get into all of that after we take care of some business. So let's see. Let's you dig in, and then we'll talk to Seth about
Right.
them.
I love when we do these things with Seth because Seth gives us so much more information than we had previously. Yeah. So the bus lanes. There was a hearing on the Blue Hill Ave bus lanes. Sauce attended the hearing and gave us
saw
some
her
feedback
there,
on it.
yeah.
She said it was a pretty interesting conversation.
This is
So let's
spicy
get
at times.
into that.
Did you stay till the end?
I stayed almost to the end when the transportation people came on. I was there at least for 2.5 hours at that point, and it was a
Right.
5-hour meeting.
You weren't
that
there
was-
when the police got there.
No, but the police did have to come back to escort someone, the same person, out again.
Yeah, there were a couple of different problems. I didn't stay till that. I kind of can, after all these years, I can read the room and say, this is going to be trouble later.
Yeah.
I think I'll
Yeah.
leave now.
Well, let's get into it. What happened? What was going on? Tell
I mean,
us.
for the most part of the meeting was well done.
Yeah.
It was run by the council. Councilor Julia Mejia ran it. She did a good job, and what I liked about it, From my perspective, was she let the community speak first.
Mm-hmm.
So often we go to these meetings. There's been so many Blue Hill meetings.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We hear the city talk, and they'll talk for an hour and a half, and everybody gets tired and goes home. They never really get to say what they want to say. But this time was different. It was a hearing. People got to say what they wanted to say. They had a panel of businesses.
Yeah.
Who
And what does that
provided-
mean that it's a hearing?
Well, it's more official. So usually that happens at City Hall,
Uh-huh.
and this time they brought it out to the community. They had it at the Carter Post, which was a good venue.
Yeah.
It was well attended, you know, way better than anything that's going to be in City Hall.
Yeah.
And so you got the real people out there talking about how they really will live with this or won't.
Yeah.
And most people, it was one after the other against it.
Yeah.
A lot of people are resigned to it, which is unfortunate because it is still up for debate. And
Yeah.
the mayor says and all the people. So.
From your perspective and what you've done in reporting and
Right.
journalism and stuff like that, how do you, and as a resident of Dorchester,
Yeah, I'm just up the
you
street,
know,
yeah.
like how, two things, what are you hearing from the public?
Mm-hmm.
And then how do you feel about it yourself?
Okay. I'll give you the light version of
Yeah.
that. But what I hear from the public for years is that they just don't want it. I mean, this is a concept that we know was tried on Columbus Avenue, so people have an idea what that's about. And it it doesn't work on Columbus Avenue.
Sure does
Right.
not.
Anybody who had to go through there just cuts through Roxbury now, which
Yeah.
Roxbury doesn't like, and that'll happen here too.
Right.
Yeah.
So we see what the model is. People are against it. I think a lot of businesses are against it. There are a lot of places where it's going to come down into one lane. We talked about Happy the last time, Happy Supermarket. If you can imagine one lane trying to go past there.
Exactly.
It already is one lane going past
It is
there.
one lane going past there. So they triple park
But
right
imagine
there.
that being the official. But anyway, most people are not in favor of the center lane bus.
Yeah.
Now,
Yes.
what people want is new sidewalks from start to finish.
Exactly.
Paving, maybe some of the fancy bump outs, a place where you could have sidewalks where maybe the guy downstairs or the people up the street could have outdoor dining.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
could work.
Yeah.
The sidewalks on Blue Hill are huge.
They are.
So you could
They
really,
are.
You could really do that.
Yeah.
So that's what people want. They want an upgrade, but they don't necessarily want,
The center bus lane.
Yeah, and I always say it, this is how I feel. I think my observation for many years was that I'll do a food metaphor. So people wanted a steak and cheese, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay, that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
You had nothing.
Yeah.
You had steak and cheese, but I think that they're trying to force like a big T-bone with the giant bone down.
Yeah.
Take this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't want the steak.
I just
Yeah.
want the steak and cheese. Yeah.
I love
what I
it.
say.
I'm
love
gonna
it.
actually use that again, and I don't know if that's in here, but White Stadium, same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same thing. Like, we want beautification, we want a steak and cheese, we
Right.
want to be fulfilled, we want what we want. Not necessarily the big T-bone steak that you're offering us and
Exactly.
dangling in front of our face, but
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
just want some shaved steak.
Yeah, it's like it's too much. Yeah,
Cheese,
I
you know?
agree. I totally agree with that metaphor. And especially that like I am a resident of Blue Hill Ave, especially
go.
the area where it will turn into one lane, and I'm just not a fan of that at all. I do not like it at all. Will I be around on Blue Hill Ave still when that happens? I don't know, but I think it's still going to affect the whole city.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about from Mattapan Square to Grove Hall, and that is a major corridor, and it's going to be even like if what you're saying people go around and they go through Roxbury, when you're coming down Seaver Street 3 to 5 p.m. or 3 to 7 p.m.
Crazy.
That gets crazy on Seaver Street. I mean, coming over on Columbia Road, so all of those areas are going to be affected by this one thing, and I think it's just horrible. Now, these areas where there's like a little bit more, so there might be 2 lanes, okay, but putting it down to 1 lane in some spots, I think is a horrible idea, and I don't understand why they would think that it was a good one.
What are people saying that are for it?
Yeah.
Well, so that was controversial, but what they really
Yeah.
did, there were people who are for it, and
Yeah.
there are a lot of people who ride the bus. And I have ridden the bus. I try not to. I'm not
Yeah.
a bus person because, I think we all try to get away from the bus. When we can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's not for everybody, and I have lots of family that they depend on the bus, and a lot of kids depend on the bus because there's no yellow school buses for grades 6 through 12 anymore.
Oh,
Well, that's been forever.
Wow.
I knew that.
You better know it.
Once you get to that, you didn't know that. So years ago, they took away the yellow school bus.
Yeah.
So you gotta. I still remember when my kids hit 6th grade. I'm like, they got to take the T. Are you serious? And
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to figure this
Not
out.
my child.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That so maybe I'm removed from that because my baby has an IEP, so he gets door-to-door service. I think for as long as he's there.
Well, that's a good thing because you wouldn't want someone to get on the T, especially if they have autistic or anything like that.
I don't want him anywhere near public transportation. He's a little
But I mean, there are a lot of people, who take it to work. It's a quick ride sometimes to get to like Longwood. Maybe if you work at a hospital or something like that. But I think the thing that a lot of to counter that, people say, well, we have the Fairmount line. Why can't you just use that? Or we have the Mattapan trolley. And other people say, it's a direct route to Grove Hall. Then what?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Then where do I go?
But I don't know. They surveyed a lot of people on the bus. Everybody on the bus said yes, apparently, in their engagement.
Yeah.
If I were on the bus, I would say yes too.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it's coming down to. The state rep Russell Holmes, who lives just around the corner.
He's very much for it.
Very much
yes,
for
it.
He may be the biggest believer.
Yeah.
And he does take the bus. He actually does. He shed his car and he takes the bus. And he said, this is about, for years and years and years, the priority was people in cars. And maybe we around here driving the cars too, but so many people are coming from the south.
Yeah.
And they really are thinking about those people that maybe they need to get back on the highway and out of Blue Hill Ave unless they're going to stop and spend money.
What was the number that they said? It's like 9,000 people they say ride the T.
There's like 90,000. Like
90.
It's a huge number. A huge number of people.
Yeah.
So and that's the thing. While I get it, I understand what they are trying to do, and theoretically, it almost makes a little bit sense.
Yeah.
I think realistically, however, when you're living, when you're traveling and you're living and you're doing business on this corridor, it's a different experience than maybe what the data might be saying.
Right.
Like emotionally, mentally, all of those things should factor into how we are changing the streets in the city here. So, and community input.
Yeah.
It's very important. Another big thing about that was not just the center bus lanes, but it was also the bike lanes too. Like, that's another thing. We are, making this a bike lane friendly city.
Yeah.
However, we are not bike riding. We're not riding. The numbers are not reflecting that what we aspire to be and what is actually happening.
Year round.
Nobody's tearing.
Year round.
Year round.
And then not in this part of the city.
Yeah.
I think, like, there's other parts of the city where definitely you're going to see people riding their bikes down Comm Ave and all that stuff. But I think in this part of the city, we're not seeing people riding bikes.
We have hills over here.
Right. We see dirt bikes and
Wellington ones.
dirt bikes and scooters, but we're not seeing bicycles over here. So that I don't agree with that.
Well, what is a bicycle anyway? I've seen bicycles that go faster than my car.
Now everybody's getting a electric bike. Electric bike, yeah.
It's crazy, but let's roll into summer safety. Right
so
from
West
that.
Indian.
Right.
This is the second time somebody was trying. I was trying to say bicycle the other day. I said motorbike. Motorbike. So West Indian. Can't get it out of us. I don't know.
So we're gonna roll into summer safety. Is it safe out there? We've heard an influx of gun violence since the heat wave, especially. Is it safe out there? What do people really think? And then what's going on? There's lots of reports, gunfire, unsafe situations daily.
And then we are known as the safest major city in Boston.
Right.
So is that reflecting of what is happening in what we feel?
Yeah.
It's
Right.
almost,
I mean, that's always the question. If we've been around for a while, you might know that, well, it was worse at one time.
Definitely. Yeah.
I remember it. But at the same time, I think the focus right now is somebody get killed, right? And I don't know if that's the metric for feeling safe.
Safe. Yeah. I
Because
could
if
get
you
shot,
are
but
living
not
here,
killed.
I mean, hey, if a bullet goes through your living room while you're sitting there watching TV, I mean, that doesn't feel good. Or if you're watching, whatever TV show you choose to watch, and you hear gunshots a block away, that doesn't feel safe.
Yeah.
So what, there's any number of things, even like if you're older people we have a lot of older people in this neighborhood, and it's scary. Even simple thing like 30 motorbikes, is that what we're calling them?
Motorbikes.
Going down, if they come down the street real fast, they're loud. That could be scary. I mean, I don't know. We've seen a lot of shots fired, a lot of people getting hit.
Yeah.
One secret is that the police, after the marathon bombing, learned to do tourniquets. So tourniquet is you tie off
Yeah.
stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
And it really saves people's lives. In other cities, people get hit, they bleed out, they die.
Yeah. Okay.
Boston has great hospitals. We save a lot
We
of
do
people.
trauma hospitals
centers.
on top. Yeah.
The best
We save a
trauma
lot of
centers.
people.
They
And the
do.
police, they tied, what was the incident? There was a shooting. 4 people got shot over on Howard by Upham's Corner the other
Oh.
night.
Yeah.
3 of them.
That's mad.
Yeah.
When was that?
When was that? Sunday?
Oh, yeah. Remember we talked about it because it was down the street from you. when
Oh,
you go
yes,
walk the
and I
dog.
was trying to figure out
Yeah.
where.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and so 3 of the people who were shot had tourniquets applied.
Oh, wow.
Probably
nice.
saved all their lives.
Yeah. Good.
So, you know, what does that mean? I don't know. I just hear a lot of people getting shot. It's very
Yeah.
serious. They don't die, thank goodness.
Right.
But if you're and let's be honest that all of it is happening in this little circle
Yeah,
of
what's
area.
it called?
Like,
The tri. What are they calling it? The tri something. The triangle. Oh, the crime triangle. Or
Oh,
something,
the crime- oh my
something like
gosh.
that. Some
Yeah.
triangle that
So
they're
is
naming.
that, is that what makes us the safest city? Is that the people aren't dying?
Yes.
They,
Well,
like
that's
they're
the
getting
question.
shot but
Yeah.
not dying. So
That's the
then
question.
that makes us the safest.
I had one public official once tell me in confidence that we're the safest city because nobody can aim straight.
So that okay.
I don't know
It
about
sounds
that.
crazy,
I
but
read a
that's
comment the other day and somebody was like, if they had ran in a zigzag, they would.
it's not funny.
I don't know.
But
It
no,
isn't
that's
funny.
that
It's
is
true,
that
but-
is true. Like we were talking just yesterday about the young man who did the 8, who was a part of the at Juve, who
Yeah.
did the 8 shootings.
Right.
You shot 8 people and
Yeah.
nobody. Thank God that
Yeah.
nobody died. So
Right.
that's what we're seeing. You know, like. We're hearing these bullets. We're seeing these news reports. People are getting shot,
Yeah.
but they're not dying. So I guess that statistically, it goes into
Right.
being the safest.
Right. Well, and you also remember that Boston is very unique because our city empties out during the hottest
Yeah.
times of the year. We have so many students.
Yeah.
Allston, Brighton, all these places, they're gone. They leave in May. They don't come back till September.
Yeah.
The population of Boston plummets in what is usually the most violent times of the year.
And that's so interesting that I never even connected that together to think about that, like how we go
Yeah.
from this big overcrowded to, we're tapered out a little bit during the summertime because all the youth are gone.
Yeah.
Go home, children.
Yeah, but then at the same time, though, that seems like when it's hot outside, I think that, especially in this inner city part, when it's hot outside, we're like, oh boy, here we go. You know what I mean? We're going to hear something or whatever. And then especially like what the fireworks haven't started yet.
Which is very odd.
Because it's we're at July
We're at
now.
July 4th,
Right,
pretty
so the,
much.
The fireworks haven't started.
well,
I
that's
haven't
the
heard
economy, right?
Seriously.
Tariffs.
The tariffs. So, like we think about when it gets warm, we're like, oh boy, what's going to happen? And I feel like that's something that we do see is like it's hot outside, people are going a little crazy.
Which is always so bizarre to me because when it's hot outside, that's the least thing I want to do is start
be
to hold
inside under the AC.
a smoking weapon, Go sit down somewhere, have a lollipop.
Getting into more hot topics in the mayor's race, there's more than 2 choices, and we did speak with Domingos De Rosa here recently.
Nice.
And he, Domingos De Rosa is a man of the people and a man of the city. He's a Boston native, and so what is the feel for him? What's going on there? What do you think?
Well, I hung out with him for like 2 hours in Upham's Corner. It was supposed to be 15 minutes. But, but yeah, I mean, we did a piece on him on the front page a couple weeks ago, and just letting people know that who made the ballot, and Domingos did, and he's
Yeah.
from Dorchester, Roxbury. I think lives in Hyde Park now, and one of the things that is interesting about him is anytime you go with him on campaigning,
Yeah.
or if you shadow him as we do, he gets 20 cars will honk at
Yeah.
him.
Oh, yeah.
People will get out. They call him coach because he was their coach.
Yeah.
So you'll see young men get out of their car
Yeah.
and run over just to hug him.
Oh.
It's very common. I mean,
Yeah.
that is, like
Yeah.
you said, a man of the people. It's
Yesterday
really
I
true.
was driving and I'm like, hi. He's just casually walking across the street with some pizza, going to talk to the local businesses and just the same thing, just
Yeah.
waving to people who are honking at him and stuff. And interesting, how do people, like, we're more than just, inner city Boston, which is a big caseload for him to whatever, but how are people,
Well, I mean, that's the one thing, you're known where you're known, but how about outside of that? That's
Exactly,
where it's
yeah.
always tricky. And he gets a good response in West Roxbury. Like I said, he was a coach, so when
Yeah.
you're a coach, a lot of people
Yeah,
from
families.
all over the city
Yeah.
because you play them and your friends and all that stuff. So he says he's getting a really good response in places like West Roxbury, East
good.
Boston.
Yeah.
He was well known because of the incident with the governor, and I remember that. It was
Domingos, if you guys don't know, Domingos was one of the protesters that dumped needles on the governor's lawn to really kind of prove the point that we need to clean up our streets.
Yeah.
Like, it's important. Like,
And that was directly related to the field that he was coaching on, was filled with needles, right?
Clifford Park.
kids got pricked with the needle.
Yeah.
Practice football.
Crazy.
Yeah.
He is a neighborhood guy. He is a community guy. He's a coach. He's a dad. For this race, I do feel like they, are really pointing towards Josh Kraft and Mayor Wu. But then I like the fact that there is the underdog, which is Domingos, who is just really kind of just campaigning real grassroots, like really traveling, campaigning grassroots. He has a lot of passion for this and stuff. So lived experiences too.
Yeah.
How do you feel about himself?
I mean, I've known him for a while.
Yeah.
Even like back with the governor, and I mean, I think I first encountered him with the paper probably back when he was just starting to get upset about mass and cash.
Yeah.
And he started showing up at all the stuff there.
That was a while ago.
It
That was
a while.
like
Yeah, it was
12, 15 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I've just known him for a while. He always made sense to me. He's got his point of view.
Yeah.
Lived experience is exactly right. I think he can understand things on a people level.
Yeah.
So, and that's refreshing to people when they talk to somebody, and he gets it before you can finish talking about it. So.
And I think he also possesses a lot of things that the other two candidates don't have. I think, isn't there one more? I think there's one more somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the young man.
Yeah, I don't. He
No,
didn't
this
go.
guy Robert Capucci.
Robert Capucci. Yeah, him.
He's been running for a year. So.
Yeah.
Just keep running.
What I do like about Domingos is that he gives us an alternative. Like he is somebody again that is homegrown here in Boston.
Yeah.
Unlike the other two candidates, they have transplanted in for the most part. And when people talk about, the community mayor and stuff like that, I think that Domingos is that
That's what I was going to say. He's definitely the person that people would be like, yo, he's the mayor of Boston.
Yeah, exactly. So I think
Officially or
regardless of whether,
Yeah.
he's still going to be considered.
And he, as he points out, not all the time, but sometimes he's the only immigrant in the
Yeah.
race.
Yeah.
He immigrated when he was, I think, around 10 months old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Or
what
he
he said.
was-
Yeah,
yeah, he did.
it was pretty early.
Very, very true.
We did talk about this Dorchester couple who are making these tiny apartments or
Yeah.
tiny homes, and we thought that was so nice. And
Want
the
them
Dorchester
so
couple
bad.
spent the past several years proving that they can build affordable housing without subsidies, and it was a journey. But market rate units are less than affordable units, is what they is what they're doing. That's such a great effort that they're doing here. And you spoke with them.
Yeah, I've followed it since it was an idea. And, and they're very unique people. They were able to salvage materials from friends, family on the side of the road.
That's so neat. That's so
and so there's like I don't know if people might remember, there used to be these like wooden, I'll just call them shacks. They were colorfully painted on Bowden Street. Right now the Dorchester Food Co-op is there. It's a building now. But they had these weird little
yeah,
You
I
remember
do.
Okay, it was only for
At
like
the top
a
of Topliff
short
Street.
bit. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay,
Exactly. So they took those down and they brought them to their back and the place, and they waited, and now there's shelves in the kitchen.
No,
Yeah, they redid it. Yeah, and that's how they did it. They did a lot of work. They learned to do a lot of work themselves. But in the end, it was it's kind of like bootstrapping, is that what we say? But so I think it was like 700 is the market rate units. And
I think
these are
it's
small.
like 750 or something like that. But that's amazing, and that's great.
And they were able to keep the costs down. Now,
Did you go in them?
yeah, they're very
Tell
nice.
us about them.
We saw pictures on the inside
Yeah.
from the article that we were reading from,
Right.
and they
So
look.
there's, 14 units.
Yeah.
There's community space.
Yeah.
They're smaller. They have kitchens. The kitchens are nice. It's like what you would see in a studio.
Yeah.
They are studios.
A little
And,
stove.
But yeah, there's plenty of room for somebody, even 2 people.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so
It reminded me of like these like Homewood Suites or whatever, those hotels
Yeah,
that have the
exactly.
all like the amenities and all of that in it. And it does say $750 a month for a market rate, and we have outside affordable housing units that are $869 a month.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
And I feel like it's annoying, right? Because if this works and they find out that you can still be profitable and successful with a little below what they want to call us the market rent, I think so many more people would be able to get into housing. Right now, I don't think that we necessarily have a housing place problem. We have a affordability of housing problem.
Yeah.
Maybe that's different. Is that what you're seeing?
Well, I think his contention after going through the whole thing was that it's the regulations that are really causing it to be slow and expensive.
Yeah.
For instance, there's something called the one stair, right? So instead of having your back egress, you got to have 2 means of getting out, right?
Oh, yeah.
So all the old buildings, if you see the old buildings, there's one staircase, or there's an elevator and an inside staircase, right?
Yeah.
The codes were changed so that it's fire,
Yeah, safety.
safety, and so then you have to add the second one, which is extremely expensive.
Oh.
There's others. The environment. He's wouldn't say he's against, but he said that the regulations for the environmental stuff that have been just recently approved.
Like green
really,
things,
yeah. Energy efficiency.
Yeah.
Very, very expensive. Raises the prices extremely high.
See?
And so
Those little
this is-
caveats.
Yeah, a lot of that has really caused problems for existing affordable housing.
Yeah.
Where people have lived there for years and are paying what they paid years ago. A lot
Yeah.
of them are older or they're frail, and they're saying you got to update these buildings coming up next year. And they're like, if we update these buildings, they have to pay more, and
Yeah.
they can't pay more. That's happening too.
I feel like if they're going to impose those types of things, there should be some type of resource that's helping you to afford it or to not. Because I think that's when we make these laws, a lot of times we think about the operator and not necessarily the person who is consuming. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Like we'll think about, this building landlord has to do all these things, and the building landlord, like the tariffs, they end up being pushed on to the people.
Yeah.
And then that's what causes that little bottleneck too, because I can't afford you to get a new stairs.
Right.
I'm renting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's true. That is so true. Ma'am Leo is looking to build a new headquarters on Columbia Road, and that's a pretty sharp spot. What is Ma'am Leo? I'm not familiar with that. Can you tell?
That's the Minority Law Enforcement Officers.
Massachusetts Association of Minority Law Enforcement.
So that's
What's
it's not
that
just
mean?
Boston Police, but it's transit. I mean, all over Greater Boston. But it was started by the Boston Police, and these are it goes back to the '60s. When African Americans were first starting to get on the force.
Okay.
And then it's just expanded to all different types of ethnicities and stuff like that.
Yeah. so-
And they've had a headquarters there forever. It used to be a Jewish school, I want to say. It was like some radical Jewish sect.
Where
And,
is this?
It's on Columbia Road, right?
61 Columbia Road near Blue Hill Ave.
Yeah, Seaver.
Oh,
the
I'm
Seaver
looking at it
Extension.
right
Oh, the little corners.
Yeah.
That's where I
Place.
used to party at.
Oh.
We used to call it Club 61.
Yeah, so like corner of Seaver.
Yeah,
Seaver.
yeah, the Seaver
Yeah,
extension,
Seaver. Yeah.
Where the
So it's like
new
a
tire
bar.
shop is?
No, the little house where we used to have parties sometimes.
Yeah.
From church.
Oh,
Yeah.
Upper Moore.
Yeah, by-
almost to Columbia.
Almost
Like,
Yeah.
Columbia Road.
okay.
It's
Oh,
Seaver Street. When Seaver
Yeah.
Street
I
crosses
got it up
over.
on the screen here.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so they had come in with they had that lot for years. And
Yeah.
they've owned it. That's their headquarters.
Oh yeah, that would be nice if they did something with that little house.
Yeah, the house is gone. It's
Yeah.
going to be gone. That's their hope. And they were going to build like this kind of a thing, one story with housing on top. But
Yeah.
it's just, they're a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Law enforcement is their focus, not housing. It was just too complicated.
Yeah.
So they just pared it down. They have this. It's going to have a community auditorium.
This render is awesome.
It really, like, I love that.
Too. He sent me that, and I'm like, this is high quality.
This
I
is
like it.
great. This little child flying the
Inside.
plane. If you're listening on the radio, we're watching a render of
Yes.
the building. It's taking us inside of the building with little people reading magazines and books and stuff.
like an
Okay,
airplane.
receptionist.
Oh, that's gonna be really
Is that
nice. So it's
event
gonna be the
space?
whole block
The
essentially.
whole block, and then there'll be parking in the back, so 27 7 parking spaces. The auditorium, which would be right in through those doors in the front, would be for, they're going to have a lot of trainings, but then after that, it's a flex space. You could have a birthday party.
Oh, good.
We talked about a middle school dance.
I think my church or people that we know used to have little parties in that little
A lot
house.
of people. I hope, they've
Oh,
been
and a
to-
gym.
Yeah.
So this is what MAMLEO is. We just said it was Massachusetts Association of Minority Law Enforcement. What does that even mean? Like, what is the headquarter of that?
So they're a nonprofit that was formed to advocate for their officers.
Oh, okay.
When Black and Latino officers, Latino officers have separated out to JAGO several years ago. So it's a Latino contingent, and they work well together. But the president right now is a Cape Verdean guy, Jeff Lopes. And they have a huge number of members. It's statewide now.
I think this. I think this is really cool too, because having this being in the middle of greater Boston urban areas where we're focusing on training and stuff like that for minority officers. I think that's awesome. This is awesome.
That.
Yeah.
But do they have all that space right now?
Yeah, they have an empty lot. Like there's a big lawn.
Oh,
right over there
okay,
on
because
this
I
other
know.
side.
Okay.
And they've never really used it much.
Yeah.
And then the old house that you've.
I want you guys to know I still don't know.
They just showed us exactly where it is.
My brain is not
Well,
computing.
to be fair, when you go by that, you're usually going fast.
Yeah.
And you're usually watching out for
So
scooters.
when you get
and
to the
people
light by
coming through.
stashes.
The light by stashes, yes.
So it's the block before that.
Going down.
Like where there's like in the back of stashes.
it's right in the
going down.
Columbia
first
Road.
right.
You're on
Yeah.
Columbia Road, right? And you're going up towards Stashes
Yes.
to Blue Hill Ave.
Yes.
Right there right there. It's across from you.
Seaver Street.
Think about
Yeah,
going down though. Think about going down Columbia.
I'm gonna just
Road.
drive it today.
You know where
Go-
the Pan Yard is on Seaver
Right.
Street?
Metro. No.
What is
She's
it?
going too far.
Mass
Gone
Camp.
too
The
far.
Mass Camp.
Oh, Midas.
Yes.
Yes.
So up the street from Midas, right at the corner.
Okay,
Right there.
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Right.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm there. I'm there.
Yes.
I'm right there.
See,
There
look,
is
see
a
the
very
building?
big yes.
And if you go straight across, you're gonna go up to the church.
by Spice.
I'm there.
Right.
Spice.
Yo,
Spice.
okay. I'm good. Because I was like, I'm driving. In my brain, I was driving up and down Blue Hill Ave, and I'm like, I don't know where they gonna put that.
But I mean, honestly, they stayed in the community. They've been here since the 60s.
I like it.
Yeah.
A lot of those organizations, it's paid free and clear. They could make big money. And
Yeah.
we need to be in Boston.
And we
on
do
Columbia
need
Road.
that type of space too, like that type of open
Multi-functioning.
event space.
Yeah, and it's a good look.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Looks very good.
We want to get into the graduation edition was this week of the Dorchester Reporter, and you profiled a Dorchester graduate, Leah Pierce, Pierce, okay, and she was the valedictorian of Boston Arts Academy, who we do a lot of work with. She's headed to Fordham Alvin Ailey School to be a pro dancer.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I believe for free.
Really? So we attended Alvin Ailey through a partnership that we had with them, and when they performed here a few months ago, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
So good for her. Shout out to her. In all, we had at least 13 or 14 valedictorians from Dorchester or Mattapan this year, and Sauce actually did.
Commencement.
Yeah, the commencement. What is it? Holland Technical.
Holland Tech, which was the
Yeah.
Burke.
The Burke,
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that is awesome. And the valedictorian and salute. Salutarian. They did, it was really, really good. Harkers.
I
And it was,
remember they were right when the pandemic hit. They were young.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Or
the-
just entering into,
Yeah,
about to
middle
enter into
school.
high school and middle
about to
school.
go in, yeah.
So good for them. Shout outs to them.
And I
I've
love
heard
to
lots
hear
of
good
things.
stories about kids
Yeah.
because oftentimes the news reflects, poor behavior or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So it's good to show an emphasis of the children who are doing great things and moving on to be good products of our society.
Absolutely. And we'll come back and serve the community well, we hope.
They will.
Lena Park Community Center has declared
Hey,
a
that's my
new
friend.
day after several years of turmoil and turnover. So what is
Yeah.
going
What kind
on
of
with
turmoil were they having?
Oh, I can't even get into all of it. use your imagination. But it was. I mean, Lena Park is another place that's been there since the '60s.
Oh,
Yeah.
And even before, it was a Jewish community center, I believe, for many years.
Yeah, it was. They have the Jewish star on it.
Exactly. So
We used to do a lot of basketball games there for
Yes.
the church.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely, absolutely. So it served the community well. It came into some hard times previously where they had to shut down. Yeah, and then they got back up. But then actually since like just before the pandemic and after, they've gone through several executive directors. One of them, there's some a lawsuit going on still.
Jesus.
Yeah, just the way they let go.
Is it just organizational
it's
issue?
the board. I mean, there's some people on there who were no longer on there who, I mean, were causing, there were issues.
Issues causing issues.
Issues, and they are gone. And so there's a new board. It's younger. It's very altruistic. They just
Love
really
that.
want to serve the community again. They have an executive director. She's interim from JP. It's got a great name, Electa.
Electa. I like that.
7 year, yeah.
Yeah.
But she's just there temporarily. She's just, kind of get things in order person. That's what she does. And then they're going to find a permanent person. So it is a new day. The facility is amazing.
It is. They redid it.
Yes.
When did they redo that?
Not long ago.
Yeah, it was less than
Like
10,
10
years
years
ago.
Yeah,
Less-
exactly.
yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I thought that Lena Park turned into the brook. I didn't even know it was still there.
Exactly. That's what a lot of
It's
people
literally
thought.
right there.
It
Yeah.
was really just you had to know someone within that group of people, and even then maybe you got it, maybe you didn't.
Yeah.
But now it was always supposed to be wide open. They are starting to connect with the Brook, not Burke. And be honest with you, they're right next to each other, but they had
Yeah.
no relationship.
Wow.
And that's silly
Really?
because there's
Wow.
a science lab in there and all sorts of
Yeah.
stuff. So that's happening. It is a new day. The board director, I like that guy, Curtis Santos.
Shout out to Curtis Santos. Yeah.
He really has everyone's best interest in mind.
Yeah.
And he really, maybe he'll come on the show. He really wants to get the word out.
He's very community based. We
Oh,
have
yeah.
a good with his organization Lesbian.
Yep.
Yes. So he is that he has done outside work with the community so much. So it's
Yeah.
good that he's in a role that he can continue to expand on that. Especially with a place like Lena Park. We need people who give a damn about what's going on.
It's funny for me because all these places, 61 Columbia Road, Lena Park, Freedom House,
Yeah.
the White Church, these are all places I used to party in. I don't know anything else about them besides partying.
And they're still around, so that's awesome.
But back then, I used to say they didn't get any
that's-
love back then. So it's nice to see that they're finally getting some love.
Yeah, I
And
appreciate
staying
that.
here.
Yeah, and staying here
And
because
staying.
usually they'll be
Staying.
bought out and turned into luxury condos.
Yeah, this past drama. So what is this
That was
about?
that was what had been happening. We had covered it a few times.
Oh, Lena Park.
Lena
what was going
Park,
on
yeah,
at
exactly.
Lena Park? And then we did speak about too. This first Haitian American female sergeant on the BPD was promoted, and I saw yesterday that there was another female from the community that was promoted to a lieutenant role. I think yesterday. I forget.
right, okay.
Nora Baston.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah.
She's like the epitome of a community police
Yeah,
person.
She
like
received a promotion yesterday as
good
well.
for her.
Yeah.
I've been following her career for a long time. She's
Right.
really a great person to even just
Right.
Yeah.
support.
Absolutely.
Support,
I always say if Domingos is the community mayor, she's the community commissioner. right?
Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
That's
Not to take anything away from Commissioner Cox, but at
Yeah.
the same time, Nora is everywhere.
She is everywhere. She's at every event.
Can't not
She's
know her.
so supportive, and she has little doggies.
Yeah, the
Oh,
doggy.
there she goes right there. In this picture with Ruth Z.
Yeah.
What is that? We were talking when this story first broke. We were
Yeah.
kind of, it's crazy that we're still having first of somebody,
right,
Yeah.
especially like in the police department,
Right.
So
And she's very young too, right? She's 30, I
Yeah.
think she's
Yeah,
35.
she is.
This
Yeah,
one.
she worked
What
really
what is
fast.
her name is
Oh, Caroline this year.
Carlene Desir. Yes,
Carlene.
very nice. Good for her. 35 years old. She became the first Haitian American woman to be sworn in as a superior officer in the Boston Police Department, and that is amazing.
the Boston Police Department has it been? I feel like it's been growing. Every time I see pictures of new graduates and new younger police officers, it seems like there's been a little influx of officers of color as well that are applying and
Yeah,
becoming.
well, that's why
yeah.
Mamleo needs a new headquarters.
Exactly. That's great,
part
yeah.
of it. They've grown. Big
Yeah.
time.
And I think that's great for them to grow like that, because I think that people have this misconception that when people are like defund the police and stuff like that, that it means like we don't want policing or we don't want law and order. I think that people just want de-escalation, cultural sensitivity, community engagement. Those are the things. Same thing. I want a steak and cheese. Stop giving me everything else. God damn it. So this I love that. And I'm going to use that for almost everything in my life. And it's not to say that you don't want high-end things. It's just sometimes that is not necessarily what people are asking for. They're just asking for you to fix
Let's
what
start
is
right
broken.
here. We'll get down there later.
Exactly.
But for now, you can deal with this.
Eat the steak and plate later. Right now, we just want to put it in our hand and eat it. Any other things that you've seen that's come across your table that you're like, more things need to be more eyeball visibility and things that, even if it's not a story that you wrote, but something that you've been kind of,
Yeah, I think there's just needs to be better communication.
Yeah.
Right. So from between community, city, and the people working on things.
Yeah.
There's like street projects. I'll give an example. Bowdoin Street, huge business district.
Yeah.
If you've tried to go down there, there's some sort of construction.
all the time.
And they even close the street off during business hours.
Oh,
And,
no.
they're doing it all the time. They're making it very hard.
Yeah.
Even like the food pantry that's there, I believe, on Saturdays and
Yeah.
Fridays, they closed off the street on the food pantry day. It's
Oh,
like,
Lord.
but
So
there's
that's
things like
just
that going on.
Traffic congestion.
Yeah, well, they're trying to replace some pipes, and then they put the pipe in there, they cover
Yeah.
it up, then they come back and dig up the pipe, and go up the pipe, and put the pipe back in, and cover it. That's been happening on there's a street where I live, Park Street.
Yeah.
It's been dug up probably 5,000 times
Park
in 5
Street
years.
always looks like it's under construction. Even when it's done, they'll put all the construction things in the CVS parking lot. And You're like, oh, they're going to do it
See,
again?
you know.
I'm like, when are you guys going to be done? But that's another
a lot
thing.
of things like that.
When we talk about streets and stuff like these, I've seen that they've taken out some of the speed bumps. I feel like they've
Yeah,
kind
they
of reduced those.
shaved them off a little.
Yeah, and the roads feel like they've shaved, like they just dug them up. It's like, all right, got rid of them.
Yeah,
I think there's
people
probably,
started discovering ways to go down streets that don't have speed bumps instead of going over the speed
And
bumps.
speeding
I
down those
definitely
streets,
have.
yeah.
I will go around somewhere because I'm not going over that speed bump.
Right, People make trips. Like I saw someone with a heavy load of stuff, and I advised them, this is the route you should take if you don't want to hit the bump.
Yeah.
Look at you doing God's work.
No, but that's real. Like I think that when we're talking about just community and everything around it, like community input, like you said,
Right.
is really, really important. And I know people like, we want people to start speeding and blah blah blah, but again, I didn't ask you for 20 speed bumps on my street. Maybe 4 would suffice, okay, and some signs that say slow down and one of those machines that clock your time. Because every time I see one of those, I really try to adhere to them. Damn, I'm going 27. It says 26.
I know, those work,
Yeah,
don't they?
they
I feel
do.
bad. I get ashamed.
I feel very bad. I'm like, damn, I'm
Like, I'm
speeding.
45.
Yeah. So I think that there are other things that can be done to help the community as they're asking for things to be done, instead of you being like, oh, the data says we need 87 2,000 speed bumps.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Something wild, yeah.
There's a compromise in there
Yeah.
somewhere.
Well, that is our local news wrap up in our partnership with Dorchester Reporter and Seth. Thank you, because, reading these stories superficially and trying to dig deep into what's going on, it's really great to have you in. And Seth will be here once a month to go through some of the biggest stories or things that you guys just need to know so that you can enter into these conversations knowledgeable. Okay. Thank you, Seth.
I love to be here.
We're gonna take a quick commercial commercial break, and when we're back, we'll get into the national and entertainment news. Probably more entertainment than national, because there's so many things going on, and nobody want to talk about Donald Trump all day.
Seriously.
Yeah. You don't do any national stories, no.
Not too much.
Yeah,
not
but are
too
you
much.
you're following along with all
I
the
read.
things.
I read the papers.
Yeah.
And listen to the news.
Yeah.
It's all very crazy.
Yeah, I mean every day. It's
Every day.
all my children.
Seriously.
As the
And
world
as the
turns.
Yeah.
With that said, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, pay some bills. We'll be right back in a few moments. Keep it locked. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends in the morning.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387. Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you no mess with the way you are gonna see a million. We got the Congo long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
What is this, Doctor? This is
Well, Spark of New England, Spark FM.
bringing the heat back to the airwaves.
Turn us up.
All right, let's take a look.
Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present the Boston New Works Festival, taking place June 26th to June 29th at the Calderwood Pavilion and the Boston Center for the Arts. The Boston New Works Festival is a weekend-long festival of celebrating new original plays by local playwrights. 7 original plays, 5 different stages, and 1 wild weekend. Tickets are $25 per show. Pay what you wish. Tickets are available at the box office. Get your tickets now at bostontheaterscene.com. That's June 26th to June 29th. The Boston New Works Festival.
Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information.
Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibes. My name is Gary Banton alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the #1 place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturdays from 6 to 9 p.m. It's the Avenue.
Praise the Lord, City of Boston. This is Brother Chris right here on Spark FM.
Come on, sing it.
Bringing you Sunday morning worship each and every Sunday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Let's get our praise on.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Got a side hustle you want to turn into a real business? Thinking of expanding your brand or launching your next big idea? Then this is for you.
Eunice Production, Friends Lifestyle Group presents their 9th annual Togetherness Boat Ride. It's the Animal Print Edition. Happens to be Saturday, July the 19th. Party times at 7 p.m. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. There's going to be 2 floors of music. Your Latin DJ, DJ Sergio, DJ Alfredito, DJ Yobi, and your Caribbean DJ, Q Major, and Vital Rhythms, featuring live performances by Your Fugo, Punta Group, and Tempo Rhythm International. Sound system provided by Ross Entertainment. This is all going to be taking place at 70 Rose Wharf. Get your tickets right now at togetherness.eventbrite.com. Regular tickets are $65. Same day tickets are $75. It's a 21+ event. And do remember there's a drinks inclusive party bus available to and from the dock for only $60. For more information, contact 617-719-3972 or 646-379-4889. It's a 9th annual Togetherness Boat Ride. Get your tickets now.
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you no mess with the way you are gonna see a million. We got the Congo long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I do the life, you know, easy. No say we are for win, yeah. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip hop.
Yeah, we on and we going crazy.
R&B.
With me, you could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo. That was our Around the Way news with our community news check-in with Seth Daniels from the Dorchester Reporter. It's always great to have him in there, and we are absolutely very honored to have that partnership with Dorchester Reporter to deep dive, media getting together and doing what it got to do to let y'all know what's going on. We're going to get into our national and world news. What's going on over there? Do I have a lot of national news? Oh, I do. Gavin Newsom sues Fox News for $787 million in defamation case over Trump call.
Good.
Absolutely.
Sue them rats.
Sue them for an insipid amount of money because
ridiculous. You should have said $1 million.
$100 million. Gavin Newsom is taking a page right out of Donald Trump's media playbook. The California governor accused Fox News of defamation in a lawsuit Friday morning, alleging the network should fork over $787 million after host Jesse Waters claim Newsom lied about his phone calls with Trump, who ordered National Guard troops to Los Angeles this month. Newsom's lawyers argue Waters' program misleadingly edited a video of Trump in support of the claim. The Democratic likely president, hopeful's request for damages is nearly identical to the $787.5 million sum Fox News had to pay Dominion Voting Systems in 2023. To settle another defamation case over election falsehoods, and it comes amid a spate of lawsuits from Trump against major media and other companies that resulted in multi-million-dollar settlements. If Fox News wants to lie to the American people on Donald Trump's behalf, it should face consequences, just like it did in the Dominion case, Newsom said. Until Fox is willing to be truthful, I will keep fighting against their propaganda machine. My question is, how come more people have not sued Fox for defamation when all Fox literally does is lie, and do more lying?
Well, I hope that this opens Pandora's box and now people just start suing them left and right all over the place. Did you see your president on the news yesterday talking about how CNN sucks and MSNBC sucks and somebody else sucks? And I was like, what is your problem,
He's
man?
the president.
He's the president.
I'm not sure how many people can hear him speak with such a very elementary or kindergarten-like vocabulary.
It is so
and
crazy.
Said, I love this man. I love daddy.
He's so eloquent.
It's going to be better.
Speaking of daddy.
Bigger than likes you've never seen before.
My God. I don't know if you guys seen this, but it is crazy. Hold on a second.
Daddy? Gonna be
Can
tremendous.
It's
huge. It's huge.
It's the biggest. It's the biggest that anybody has ever seen in all of their lives, all the time.
Who is his speechwriter? Soldier Boy? What the heck?
The thing is I don't really believe that he has a speechwriter. I think that the man literally wings it all the time. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna wing this newscasting and see what we can do here. Is this one it? I don't know where it is, but it is great. I'm tired of hearing his voice all the time, but keep on going if you can find something else to talk about.
Oh, sorry. So what else? Federal prosecutors tell the judge that they will deport Kilmar Abrigo Garcia to a third country after detention. So this is a Fox News story. So, you know,
take it with a grain of salt.
Take it with a grain of MSG. So federal prosecutors on Thursday told a judge that the Trump administration will begin removal proceedings against Kilmar Abrigo Garcia to deport him to another country than his native El Salvador if he is released from Tennessee. So he's from El Salvador where they're sending everybody, but they're not going to send him there?
And why not?
When U.S. Magistrate Judge Paula Sinas asked about the timing of the removal, 30 seconds or 30 days or 30 months, a federal prosecutor answered that he could only say the removal was not imminent.
Breaking tonight,
citizen.
Well, watch it. Thank you. Breaking tonight, the Salvadorian native living in Maryland, whose deportation became a cause celeb for Democrats, is back in the United States. But he's not a free man. Kilmer Abrego Garcia will face criminal charges in Tennessee, accusing him of transporting undocumented migrants within the United States. The Justice Department is saying a gigantic "I told you so" tonight. Correspondent David Spunt starts us off. Good evening, David.
Rich, good evening.
Spunt.
He is in Tennessee right now. This is quite an update in this case, the alleged MS-13 member. And this is happening thanks to an agreement between the U.S. and Salvadoran governments. He was indicted on May 21st, Rich, but it was kept a secret until just a couple of hours ago when the paperwork was unsealed.
Over the past 9 years, Abrego Garcia has played a significant role
She looks
in
like
an
a witch.
alien smuggling ring.
An
They
alien
found
smuggling ring.
This was his full-time job, not a contractor.
Oh, this is Bondi?
He was a smuggler
That's Bondi
of
right
humans
there.
And children and women.
And women. That's what he
He
did.
made over 100 trips.
As seen in this body camera footage, authorities in Tennessee pulled him and another man over in 2022. He's in the driver's seat there in this piece of video. They found 8 other people in the car. Abrego Garcia was questioned and let go, but now the government alleges he was unlawfully transporting illegal aliens for financial gain. 2 counts. The indictment alleges that he and 2 others transported undocumented aliens in an unsafe manner, including using reconfigured vehicles with aftermarket unattached seating rows, and they transported children on the floorboards of vehicles in order to maximize profits. Prosecutors add Garcia abused some of the female undocumented aliens. Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen traveled to El Salvador earlier this spring to meet with Abrego Garcia, urging for his return. Other Democrats also made the trip, arguing his due process rights were trampled by not allowing him to appear before a U.S. judge before he was deported. Here's Van Hollen today.
So what y'all thought? He was supposed to be bringing the people over for free? I mean, somebody got to pay something.
I mean,
gas ain't cheap.
Exactly. I'm helping y'all out. So I feel like y'all should give me a little something. I mean, would it have been better if he did it for free, or would they still? I mean, it's still a crime that he was doing it in the first place, I guess. So, I mean,
I'm not making excuses for his criminal activity, if allegedly. But I'm just saying, let's be real.
Exactly. Let's be. He got to make some money, anyways. Was he? I mean, if he wasn't paying his taxes, then that's another problem.
Taxes on being a coyote?
Yeah, I mean, you got to. They want you to. They want you to pay taxes on everything. So what was something the other day? Like criminals who sell drugs. They need to start reporting what they're making so that they can pay their official taxes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Who gonna do that?
I'm gonna do it. Go to the story. I'm gonna do it, and
Oh, you put it up.
And doing it well, or something like that.
All right, doing it well.
I think it is the second one. You're the latest. Oh no, not that one. That one's a good one. That is
The
for
one you
later.
just put in the WhatsApp?
The one, put the link right above that. That one. We might get cut off with that one, but this is Trump's latest campaign because he's affectionately called Daddy, which I think is another big problem that we're having here,
gross.
right? That's disgusting that you want all grown behind people to be calling you Daddy.
Yeah.
Donald Trump. Let's play the music, Tristan. You got to see this.
Get your attention.
Oh, yes.
I really want to be
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Is that the?
That is the
That's the
official
new social
song.
media campaign.
Yes. It's Daddy's Home by Usher. And this is him walking all into the places in NATO and going to the meetings
All
and
news,
stuff
Spark
like
FM.
that. You know, it's exeth.
Oh, man.
He needs to exeth. You know, like it's
Can Usher
crazy.
sue him for this?
That's what I felt. Like, why isn't Usher saying you need to take that down immediately?
Yep.
Donald Trump posted this on his own page.
Yeah, yeah.
With the song in the background is Daddy's Home as he visits these foreign countries and makes partnerships with them.
Yeah.
You want another president, a sitting president somewhere to call you daddy?
Yeah.
It makes sense to me.
Daddy's home.
I just, I don't know. In this next story though, it's we'll get back into politics later, but I did want to bring light to, mental illness. In this clip right here on June 25th, a 64-year-old woman was involved in a standoff with police on a Texas highway after a crash. She allegedly intentionally crashed into an 18-wheeler, then exited her vehicle, set up a lawn chair in the middle of the highway, and pointed a gun at herself. This action led to the significant police response, shutting down the highway for several hours. The woman, who has a history of mental illness, surrendered after 6:30 p.m. after dropping her gun and hugging negotiators. She was taken into custody, and without further incident, the event caused major traffic disruptions and highlighted concerns about mental health and public safety. Yeah.
I
This
mean,
is
if
her.
that is an example of mental health and public safety.
That is right
That
there.
is
There's
it.
another picture there too, and there's more. Like, people were taking all kinds of videos and stuff of this woman, like literally just sitting in the middle of the road with a gun pointed at herself. There are tons of police, snipers, sharpshooters, all kinds of stuff there just in case something else went down. So here is the clip of that. Tristan is pulling that topo so that we can hear.
Area of 45 north and southbound is blocked off. This is in Cypress Wood, near the Cypress Wood area. And if you take a look at the scene right here, these shields that Harris County Sheriff's Office officers are using to create this barricade. Right behind there is where we're told this woman is sitting in a lawn chair. We actually have a photo of that if we want to bring that photo up. We're told that this elderly woman is sitting in a lawn chair, armed with a pistol, and was expressing some suicidal thoughts, saying some suicidal things. So the crisis intervention team is out here. If we bring it back to the scene here and we pan to the left just a little bit, we can see that we have a sniper set up along with
Crazy.
What? She didn't have a automatic weapon. She wasn't going to shoot up a whole bunch of people.
Just wanted to shoot herself.
Right. She just sitting there with her pistol.
There was other videos of cars driving by of them just showing her like literally sitting in like traffic splitting around her so that they won't hit her, and she's just sitting there casually in her lawn chair, hanging out with her gun.
Yeah.
It's very crazy.
Wow,
I feel
that's
really
sad.
bad. Yeah. Super Bowl halftime performer arrested after displaying Sudan and Free Gaza flag. So remember the guy who he was an actual performer?
He was a performer with Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, I thought that he was a streaker who ended up coming to do that.
No.
The Super Bowl halftime performer who allegedly displayed a flag during Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance, which read the message Sudan and Free Gaza, was arrested by the Louisiana State Police on Thursday. Zul Quran Kwame Nantumbu, 41, of New Orleans, allegedly displayed the flag and didn't comply with security on the scene, who told him to stop. He was allowed to be on the field, but not allowed to display the flag, police said. You want to go to it?
No.
It's about 4 minutes long. Ain't that freedom of speech?
Yeah, but I guess not as a part of the performance. I don't know. I don't know.
Seem like freedom of speech to me. I just don't like that freedom of speech is only used when
it's convenient.
When it's convenience for MAGA.
Yeah.
Like, freedom of speech does not mean that everybody has freedom of speech. It just means that y'all get to have freedom of speech. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure what are I want to read somewhere, which nobody can find and nothing can historically be traced, as to why we are so obsessed with Israel. I just don't understand it. We are very, very, very obsessed. I actually chat GPT'd some of the stuff, and it really just even doesn't say. It just says that we, for some reason, have this need to support Israel no matter what. No matter what they do, no matter how terrible they are, we have to support them for some reason, which is crazy to me. Keeping it moving, rapper 50 Cent fires back at New York City Democrat Socialist candidate after being name dropped in a tax plan.
Again, and Fox News article, so take it with a
grain of saltines.
Yeah.
Let's see what they have to say, because they hate him, because he is
hate him.
50 Cent offered to pay for New York City Democratic mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani to leave the state on Wednesday after learning about his tax plan from an interview that referenced the rapper. The video he referenced was from the Breakfast Club podcast on June 11th, where Mamdani appeared while campaigning for the Democratic primary earlier this month. During the interview, Mamdani explained his goal of raising corporate taxes to pay for plans to Trump-proof the city. We're talking about corporations that are making millions of dollars, not in revenue, but in profit, Mamdani said. And the second is taxing the top 1% of New Yorkers. We're talking about people who make $1 million a year or more, taxing them just by a flat 2% tax increase. He added, I know if 50 Cent is listening, he's not going to be happy about this. He tends to not like this tax policy, but I want to be very clear that this is about $20,000 a year. It's a rounding error, and all of these things together, they make every New Yorker's life better, including those who are actually getting taxed down. 50 Cent, whose real name Curtis Jackson III, later responded to Mamdani's comments on Instagram saying, where did he come from? Whose friend is this? I'm not feeling this plan. I will give him $258,750 and a first class one-way ticket away from New York. I'm telling Trump what he said to 50 Cent wrote.
Boy, but he could tell Trump.
It's a lot of trolling that 50 Cent does, but 50 Cent, we know that you about the money, so stop playing around. Mamdani don't gotta go nowhere, and you should just pay your fair share.
But why Mamdani called him out like that? You think he was trying to be relative?
I think maybe because
he was trying to relate what he was saying.
No,
to
I think because
the people who listen to that
50 Cent
station.
is one of the top earners probably in New York. So, and they're on the Breakfast Club. So, trying to relate to the people that they may know, instead of saying like, John Smith, Jingleheimer Smith.
Like how Seth just did with the steak and cheese.
Yes,
great.
exactly.
That was a great analogy.
I love that analogy. I love it. I love it a lot. What else do we have here for you guys on a wonderful Friday?
Twitter killer.
Yeah, the killer.
So the Twitter killer. Did y'all know about this?
No.
So Japan executes the Twitter killer who murdered and dismembered 9 people.
What is that about?
Japan has executed a man dubbed the Twitter killer, who was convicted of murdering and dismembering 9 people, mostly women, in the country's first use of capital punishment in nearly 3 years.
Damn.
They said 3 years like it was like 100 eons ago.
Because Japan be killing people.
Japan's like, I'm going to kill him too. Takahiro Shihashari, 31, that sound like that song by Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
What's up, Pikampa?
Yeah.
34 was hung on Friday.
Hung, damn.
It's called hanged. Is it hanged or hung?
Hung.
He was hanged. Why did it say hanged?
Maybe that's what they say.
He was hanged Friday at the Tokyo detention house. He was sentenced to death in 2020 after pleading guilty to killing 9 people, 8 women and 1 man.
He pled guilty.
Shakahari Dasta was arrested
I'm mad that you said it like that. You're rude.
In October 2017, after police searched his home in the city of Zama, on the outskirts of Tokyo, to investigate the disappearance of a 23-year-old woman who had expressed suicidal thoughts on social media, including Twitter, now known as X. 3 cooler boxes and 5 containers were found in Takahari Naksha room containing human heads and bones. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, he can kill him.
Containing human heads and bones with the flesh scraped off.
Oh.
Yep. He got to die.
The 9 victims were aged 15 to 26, according to Japanese public broadcaster.
15.
The victims had posted online that they wanted to kill themselves and were subsequently contacted by Chakahari Matcha through social media platforms. Using a handle which loosely translates as hangman, the man invited them to his apartment in Zama, promising to help them die. He did.
What is this?
The man pleaded guilty to murdering the victim, saying in court that he had killed them to satisfy his own sexual desires.
Sexual desires?
This is Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yes, he was found guilty in December 2020 of murdering, raping, and dismembering the 9 victims and storing their bodies in his apartment. He's literally Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yep. Yeah.
In the case, driven by selfish motives such as sexual and financial gratification, resulted in the deaths of 9 individuals over 2 months. Over 2 months. A deeply serious incident that has caused shock and anxiety across society. I understand it is an especially heartbreaking case for both the victims and their families. And yeah, that's crazy.
Can you sue Netflix for influence and stuff like this?
I don't know.
You would have to sue every single movie, something for influencing anything. And that is my thought behind watching these scary movies, psychological thrillers and all of that stuff. Y'all are giving people ideas on how to be crazy, and I don't like that.
I don't like that. I don't like it at all.
I don't like that. Now when I got to go in the back of my house to go park in the night and walking in, I got to be looking around all fast and stuff because I don't know. They telling me there's a serial killer in Massachusetts and stuff like that. And I just don't want to be serial killed.
I don't want to be serial killed.
I don't want to.
Just kill me one time, not serially.
I don't want it.
Hey, don't you kill me. Don't you kill me like this.
Not me.
No, I'm not going to be one of your victims.
Find somebody else to do it.
Passenger forcibly dragged off a plane by arms and belt after allegedly tantrum over changing seats. As you should have been. If you cannot control yourself over changing a seat, then you should be dragged by your belt and your pants.
Yep.
Video footage shows a passenger forcibly dragged off a plane after throwing an alleged tantrum on board. On Wednesday, June 25th, a Thai Leon Air flight departing Don Muang Airport in Bangkok was delayed about an hour so authorities could remove a disruptive traveler. Oh, I can't wait to see it. The man, shown in videos obtained by people wearing an orange Garfield t-shirt and green cargo shorts, allegedly became upset after his request for a different seat from the one he is assigned was denied by flight attendant. That's why you mad?
Yeah.
Passenger forcibly dragged off the plane by arms and belt after allegedly on Wednesday, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to just read it while the player...
find out the video.
At first, I thought he couldn't take off because the man had fallen ill, said one man who recorded video footage according to the viral press. It turned out he just thought the economy seat was too crowded and insisted on moving to the emergency exit. The flight attendant had called the police because he refused to cooperate. The denial allegedly resulted in an outburst lasting nearly an hour. To put an end to the delay, authorities boarded the Boeing 737 to remove the traveler. Amid his ongoing refusal, 2 officers grabbed his arms and dragged him onto the ground and into the aisle. Then the video shows the man grabbing his phone to record the incident himself. Record whatever you want. You getting off this plane, bro?
Oh my gosh, look at his little bussy in the front.
His little bussy. That's crazy. In another part of the video taken from a different angle, a female on board can be heard saying, "He's effing selfish," and he's pulled down the aisle. The remover required one officer to drag him by the arm and another dragging him by his belt. Another passenger is heard yelling, get off the plane." Everybody shut up. The police is there. Relax. Sit down in your seat. And don't you get dragged off either. God damn it. And that's our national news for today. In the interest of time.
Good stories for...
We can actually go to a quick commercial break and then come back and finish off strong. Give us a second. We'll be right back. Spark FM Online. Saucy and Friends in the Morning.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
Eunice Production, Friends Lifestyle Group presents their 9th annual Togetherness Boat Ride. It's the Animal Print Edition. Happens to be taking place at 70 Rose Wharf. Get your tickets. Event.com. Regular tickets are $65. Same day tickets are $75. It's a 21+ event. And do remember there's a drinks inclusive party bus available to and from the dock for only $60. For more information, contact 617-719-3972 or 646-379-4889. It's a 9th annual Togetherness Boat Ride. Get your tickets now.
Got a side hustle you want to turn into a real business? Thinking of expanding your brand or launching your next big idea? Then this is for you. It's Vibes and Ventures, a 3-part Caribbean business series designed to empower you, the entrepreneurs, creatives, and small business owners of our community. Join us at the Spark Media and Culture Center, 1195 Blue Hill Ave, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And yes, it's completely free. June 5th, getting your paperwork right. June 12th, brick and mortar and commercial acquisitions. June 26th, marketing and social media strategy. Meet some of Boston's most successful Caribbean entrepreneurs, get expert advice, and build the connections you need to take your hustle to the next level. This is your moment. Don't miss it. Vibes and Ventures, where business meets culture and community turns vision into legacy.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-Made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets selected.
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you no mess with the way you are gonna see a million. We got it gon' go long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. No say we are for win, yeah. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip hop.
Yeah, we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
Oh, baby, I love you. Y'all see she coming here?
Who?
Ashanti to Aganis Arena, September 13th. Ashanti, Lloyd, Bobby Valentino, some other people.
I was hoping you'd say somebody that I would give a goddamn.
I mean, but people are excited about it, and I don't give a goddamn about them.
I think I saw somebody selling a ticket to that or something.
Yeah, I saw somebody was like, "Oh, this is my birthday gift to myself." Da 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 da. But who's coming? It's Ashanti Lloyd, Bobby Valentino, Trey Songz, and Mario.
Yeah, no.
To the Agganis Arena on September 13th. Let me take you for your birthday.
Don't take me there.
All right, fine then.
I don't want to go there.
All right.
I don't want to go there.
People are excited about it, though. It's called Girls Night Out.
Sounds nice.
Girls' night out with all of them people.
With all them boys. She didn't put Maya on there. She could have put Maya on there.
She could have definitely put Maya on there so her could do her little 12 minutes of performing.
I like Maya. She's pretty.
She is.
So anyhow, that's that. But anyway, what was it saying?
Oh, yes.
Getting into the entertainment.
Entertainment. Before we get into the entertainment, speaking of entertainment, tonight is the big show, the Big Caribbean Nights show, with Tanto Metro and Devontae, Spraga Benz, and Wayne Wonder all going down at Big Night Live. We are giving away a pair of tickets to that right now. If you want to win, call us up 617-272-3387. And if you guys behave yourself, you can win another pair of tickets later on today. So with that said, call us up right now, 617-272-3387. Caller number 3 wins those tickets. And I will proceed with the rest of the show while you guys do what you gotta do. And you gotta call in. You cannot write in the text, in the message chat box, I want the tickets, I want to talk. Nope. Call the number on the screen. To hell.
Yeah.
With that said, Houston Rockets player Dylan Brooks filed for a restraining order against his baby mama.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't want to victim laugh, but this is crazy because she's very creative. Houston Rockets player Dylan Brooks filed for a restraining order against his baby mama. He claims she threatened to cut his fingers off so he would never be able to play basketball again. According to TMZ, Brooks and his ex Heather Andrews shared 2 children together, and he claims things ended on a sour note. Apparently, the two met back in 2018 as a Las Vegas club and had conceived a child within months of knowing each other. After conceiving the claims, he claims that's when the alleged abuse began. He says, and she's a wife woman, he's a black boy. He says she would send, not that matters because women be crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
He says she would send emotionally abusive text messages and would leak their private conversations to blogs despite her behavior. He decided to procreate with her again, and he claims that's when her behavior got really erratic, detailing an incident where she'd become upset and threatened to chop off his fingers in a text. He alleged that she would send messages threatening to harm her professionally and physically. He alleged she would send messages threatening to harm her professionally and physically. He even claimed that she threatened his mother. I'll kill someone after your mom. I'll send someone after your mom.
Damn.
To your and a B word. She said in a text. In the filing, he detailed multiple other events and submitted photo evidence of a mantle of his home she allegedly defaced by writing "You suck, B" on it. His filing was submitted just 1 year after she was granted a restraining order against him, claiming he threatened and harassed her.
So who wrote "You suck, B"? She did or he did?
She did. Oh. She's been doing all of the threatening. In this text message, she says, "I'm gonna have to hurt you, whack bitch. Whack bitch can't ask about your kid. Or the one in my stomach. I'm gonna pull up on you. I'm pregnant. I have an excuse. LOL. I will pull up at the gym. I'm done effing around.
Oh, no.
It's war, bitch. Just wait.
Oh, no.
I'll have someone cut each of your fingers, your little fingers off one by one, so you can never play basketball again. And actually, now I understand why people are racist. Bitch, you were over there."
Oh, wow.
This is what my fear is
She
dating
called
white
him
people.
so many bitches.
So many bitches. And said this is why people are racist. This is my problem. I feel like in the back of the white people's head that y'all is dating and y'all have preferences for, they be calling you all kinds of stuff and wanting to be slightly racist when you pick them off. I don't like that.
I think they do be doing little slave fantasies too. And that's why I won't do it.
Wink at me so I can get you beat. You know, like things like that.
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Whistle at me.
Whistle at me. So you know,
So
and then I
I'll
can
call my brother to punch you.
Punch you, and then we'll do it after.
Oh.
Do it in the butt.
Did you see that thing that I sent you the other day where the girl was like, the white guy was trying to talk to her or something, like a white girl. And she was like, this white guy was trying to talk to me. And I had to look at him and be like, honey, this water fountain is for black only.
Oh. Creative. I like it. I like it.
There was
Crazy.
another one where the black girls are like, if I'm gonna date a white man, I want to be on somebody's boat. He got to put me on a yacht or something. And the white guy was like, no, we tried that and y'all been complaining about it for 400 years.
Oh, wow. Wow. Mike Knight said the black boy is biracial. He is a black man.
It doesn't matter. The one drop thing applies. You only got to have a little bit of black in you in order to be black.
Especially in this administration these days. All you got to do is look kind of brown and they will take you to El Salvador.
Unless you are from El Salvador, and then they're not going to take you there.
You can't go back to El Salvador. You got to go where I put you.
Somewhere else.
Anna Wintour steps back as Vogue editor-in-chief after 37 years. And she's hiring.
Where's she
going?
going?
She realized that after 37 years, she needs to give it a rest and start to prepare the next, fashion icon.
Mm-hmm. And The Devil Wears Prada was based off of that.
Yes.
So I wonder if she's going to hire, Anne Hathaway.
And she should. She should. MCU fans are fighting back on a Rotten Tomatoes after Ironheart review bombing. So here's a call to action for us people here.
Yeah.
Sadly, Ironheart, this is the movie starring
little young black girl.
Elaine. What is her name? Lena.
I don't know.
Sadly, Ironheart has been subjected to a review bombing campaign, but MCU fans are fighting back. Ironheart finally landed on Disney Plus with 3-episode premiere on June 24th, with another 3 episodes due round of the series around July 1st. It stars Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams, reprising her role in the MCU after debuting as Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Until the Ironheart season finale last week, Riri's future in the MCU remains unclear, though it is likely she'll continue to play a role, possibly as a member of the MCU's Young Avengers. So far, genuine sentiments surrounding her Ironheart are mostly positive, with critics praising it as a solid addition to the MCU roster of shows on Disney Plus. It certainly isn't perfect, but it maintains the same quality that fans have come to expect from the MCU. So what's the problem? She's black.
Yes, she's black. They don't want her being the new Iron Man, basically. And because you remember Iron Man died.
Yes.
And so they're reprising the role as this girl is like a new Iron Man, and the racists are not happy about that.
So how do you guys feel about that? Do you guys feel like in these predominantly white roles of fictional characters that they should be reprising them as black, know?
I mean, I feel like it's an attempt to be like Disney or whoever, Marvel, whoever that is, doesn't see color. And I mean, and I think that's fine. Like, it doesn't have to be the same thing. It's all about imagination. None of this is real.
Yeah. Right.
So, like, what is the problem here? It's so weird to me.
Yeah, traditionally everything has been white.
Right.
As we progress,
evolve,
as a people, I mean, everything should be inclusive. Everything could be the storylines could be the same. It doesn't matter who plays it as long as they can play the role.
I agree.
Most of the time, they got on a damn mask anyway, so you can just imagine that it's a white man if that's what you want to imagine it as.
It's a robot.
Yeah.
It's a robot.
Who cares? Like, for me, same thing. Like, I preference it as fictional characters.
Absolutely.
So a fictional character is not real. Yep. So it literally could be whatever you want. They could cast a blue person. Who cares? Watch the movie.
They could cast AI. It doesn't even have to be a person anymore.
Robert Downey Jr. supported her via social media. Oh, did he? That's good. Do people know that these are exactly? Do people know that these are fictional characters and are superheroes? Like a superhero just saves the day. I never said if I'm trouble, I'm never gonna be like, oh no, don't send the black superhero to save me.
Right.
Send the white one to save me because I only want to be saved by a white color.
Yeah.
Y'all got to get it together. Y'all got to figure out what's important in this world. And I'm pretty sure it's all MAGA because they don't have anything else to do
Nothing
than
else
to
to
go
do.
on internet and be stupid.
Bunch of incels living in their grandmother's basement with their sister mother.
I'm not going to read about Kanye and Bianca because you know what?
Well, basically, that article is just saying that little candy set that she wore the other day, she was paid a whole bunch of money to wear it.
From Kanye, right?
Oh, she was paid by Kanye?
They said that Kanye is the one who's actually paying her to wear these foolishnesses.
Oh, he's paying
Over
her.
the weekend, Kanye West's wife stepped out of Brooklyn wearing a jaw-dropping. It's not jaw-dropping. I think at this point, everybody's just kind of used to her being naked because she's never, ever wore clothes.
And I don't like her body.
Me either. It's such long titties.
Yeah, and
Not anything wrong with long titties because I too have some longish booble area outside of her brassiere.
But she I don't like her torso, and it's just she looks
like an android,
like a fembot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a fembot.
Yep.
So they said I guess she was nibbling away at her candy edible outfit after being paid to wear it. So she sat there and ate herself, and that sounds about right. Yeah. Pharrell gifts Beyonce a Louis Vuitton handbag straight out of fashion show runway. Is it that little tiny one?
No, it's probably that big, huge one.
Oh, I want that little tiny one that
costs $1 million.
Yes, that can't fit even a damn Why would you wear that? Wouldn't you lose that immediately?
Child, listen.
And you know what? I don't want to read about rich people getting free things.
Yeah,
because
because
for what do you need? What does friggin' Beyonce need it for?
Isn't that nice? And then Beyonce can afford to pay for it. He could have gave her a discount. What the hell?
Yeah, make Beyonce just take a picture of it and get more sales from it or something like that. Like I don't believe in things like that. I'm sorry. I'm a socialist.
Yeah.
I'm a communist.
Oh. You're a commie.
I'm a commie. Like Mayor Wu.
Like Mayor Wu.
Which is stupid. Because they really made me look up the word to make sure that I knew what it meant. And I'm like, y'all mad at this? You guys are mad at equal opportunity for all? Like, is that what your problem is? It's crazy to me. You poor people on top of that, calling her a communist and whatever. Like, are you okay? I've been asking everybody in the comment sections if they are okay.
I ask everybody every day if they're okay.
Are you right?
Are you all right?
Pharrell gifts Beyonce. Hotel guests booted after Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez reserved entire property ahead of wedding.
This is a star-studded event, isn't it?
They said that it cost nearly $50 million for this event. There's lots of activities surrounding it before and after.
Yeah.
All of your faves are there. I
Tom
saw
Brady,
Oprah,
Usher and his wife,
the
Oprah,
Kardashians,
Yep.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
No, Donald Trump was not there, but his kids were there.
Is he invited?
Ivanka and Ivanka. Well, the kid Jared and Barrett was there, I think so. Ivanka and Bailonka, whatever. Whatever.
Jared is not his son. Jared is Ivanka's husband.
Same thing.
Yes.
He's the one that looks like death, right?
I don't know. I think
they all look like death. Oh no, the junior Donald Trump Jr.
No, Eric. Eric looks like an idiot.
Jared is not Eric.
No.
That's funny. And Junior is not Jared or Eric.
No.
How many children that got?
Roro.
Roro.
What's the one? Melania's son.
Baron.
They all look like that.
Baron.
They all look like that.
So he's got Ivanka, Eric, John Jr., Roro, and the little ugly one with the big face, Tiffany.
Oh man.
Is Roro autistic? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, he's something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's tall.
He's
That's
tall.
what I
He's
know.
tall as hell.
Yeah, he's like 8 feet 7.
Yeah, strong.
He's not very strapping or strong.
No, he's not.
But yeah, who cares about Jeff Bezos? He's a capitalist.
No, he's a capitalist.
Just gonna put everybody in a box today.
Minus swell.
Sean Diddy Combs' son Justin accused of orchestrating gang rape.
The apple don't fall far from the tree.
None of that is funny at all. That's that nervous laugh like, ooh, another one. Damn. Sean Diddy Combs' son, Justin Combs, has been accused of facilitating a woman's alleged gang rape. amid Diddy's federal sex trafficking trial. It's a terrible time for that to be happening. Yeah. The 31-year-old and his dad are facing.
Gosh, is he 31?
That baby's 31.
Oh wow.
And his dad are facing a civil lawsuit from a woman who alleges she was drugged and sexually assaulted by 3 masked men during a 2017 trip to Los Angeles, arranged by Justin, according to court documents. This is terrible news. In a complaint, the woman alleged Justin, who she said she met through Snapchat, flew her out from New Orleans under the guise that he would get her a position with the remote TV in Atlanta through his and his father's connections. Upon her arrival, the woman said she and Justin, who is the son of Bad Boy Records founder and Misa Helton, spent time at a Beverly Hills home consuming alcohol and marijuana, no tussie, which she believed was probably laced with tussie, due to the effect it had on her. The woman also alleged the son of the music mogul made her take various pills or poppers throughout the day. After consuming the drugs, the woman said 3 masked men arrived at the house and they allegedly took turns sexually assaulting her from Saturday evening until midday on Sunday. Golly. Following the alleged intoxication, the lawsuit stated 3 masked men arrived and took turns sexually assaulting the plaintiff, both anally and orally, while she was drugged and incapacitated. Though two of the men were unknown to the woman, she accused Diddy of being the third, due in part to his stature and mannerisms, but also because Justin referred to him, at least on one occasion, as Pops. Shit. Wow, that's terrible. So this Caller, you're live.
Coming out the end of the old case.
Caller, can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi.
Are you calling for the tickets?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that was a delayed effect. Who is this?
It's Candy.
Hey, Candy.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good, girl. How are you?
I'm fine now. You have won the tickets, to pair of tickets to Caribbean Nights. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. Right, if you can, if you're watching or listening somewhere, just slide into Spark FM's DMs on like Instagram and just give us your name, number, and whatever, so I can get all your information.
I mean, you already have all of that, but I'll send it again.
Send it again just so I can write it down. Yes. All right.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye, Kitty.
Bye. Have fun tonight.
Okay. Thanks, honey.
Bye-bye.
We'll actually give away another pair of tickets too before the show ends. So, and concluding on this, the woman said that the purpose said the possibility of a job at remote TV. So, and then Diddy
Revolt.
It said remote, so I think it was revolt maybe. No matter how many lawsuits are filed, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted or sex trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor, the rapper's lawyers told E! News. We live in a world where anyone can file a lawsuit for any reason. Fortunately, a fair and impartial judicial process exists to find the truth, and Mr. Combs is confident that he will prevail. I'm not sure how far this is going to go or what's going to become of it, but I don't know. It sounds holy. It sounds some kind of crazy, but
it sounds.
I have something to add to that.
Yeah, go ahead.
In other Combs news, Kanye West releases an album with Diddy's son,
Oh,
King
a whole
Combs.
album.
A whole album. The project title called Never Stop is executive produced by West and his daughter North.
Isn't that funny? Can't Stop, Won't Stop is one of Diddy's whatever.
Can't Stop, Won't
One
Stop.
track also titled Diddy Free, which features lyrics, "Niggas ain't gonna sleep till we see Diddy free." So the project called Never Stop is currently available on all streaming platforms.
And out of curiosity, I would want to, but I refuse to engage or to give any number, no matter how little it is, to a Kanye project. I don't want to hear anything that he has to do or say.
Yeah.
So I will not be listening to that.
Kanye
If they play it on one of them radio stations, I guess I will hear it. But other than that, he could keep that.
I'm not going to go look for it.
Me either. You definitely keep that.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Diddy's trial, the defense will do their closing arguments today. The prosecution did their arguments yesterday. They pretty much made it plain how each thing that he's charged of influenced or, was a part of this trial, this RICO trial or whatever. I did have a recap, but it's very, very long, so I won't get into it. But pretty much the prosecution really summed up all of the charges and gave all of the examples of what happened. Sex trafficking and coercion with Cassie and Jane Doe, aka 50 Cent's baby mama. Using his business, like his assistants and stuff, to book these hotels, book plane tickets, buy drugs. All of these things went into it.
Buy baby oil.
Yeah, buy baby oil. Him bringing in these escorts, whether it was in a relationship or not, these escorts were pretty much, escorts or prostitutes for the most part. So, flying them across state lines to engage in these things is also illegal.
Yeah.
And I can't remember. Oh, Kid Cudi's car, things like that. It was clear that it was him that set up kidnapping and stuff, like when he kidnapped when he took the girl, the assistant, to Kid Cudi's house and held a gun on her. And then when the other assistant, Mia, when she was held and made to do a lie detector test for 5 days at gunpoint, that is another form of kidnapping. So they pretty much gave it a good, well-rounded assessment of what they believe took place in Diddy.
With these charges, and if he is found guilty, will other people be charged too? So the people who helped him with those things, or will those people?
Some people have been granted immunity.
A lot of them have. Yeah, like the drug dealers, I believe, to
the drug.
I think they're really just trying to take Diddy down.
Okay.
And everybody else, like they never spoke to the KK assistant. It was that one they never spoke to KK and they never spoke to the security. D Rock or something like that.
I'm really surprised that Audrey O'Day was not a witness.
Me too. And she probably begged to be a witness and just couldn't. So that was, that's how we're gonna hear from the defense today. And then from there, can we go to this recap? Because who's all these people? And then we'll end the show with this recap.
Also featuring a dozen other Combs employees who Slavic called a small army of personal staff to feed his desires, facilitating sexual encounters with male escorts, and buying drugs Combs provided to Cassie Ventura and an ex-girlfriend in order to stay awake for days on end. The sessions filled with baby oil, sexy clothing, and red lighting. Slavic telling jurors it's his kingdom. Everyone was there to serve him. Now, defense attorneys are expected to present their closing arguments tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And by tomorrow afternoon, the judge expects to charge the jury.
And now we wait to see what happens next. For updates, including a note or, of course, ultimately a verdict. Stay with ABC7 NY. You can get real-time updates right to your mobile device or wherever you get Eyewitness News in the palm of your hand.
Well...
Yeah, well, that's that. That's that. Don't forget, people, this weekend is lots going on. We know that tonight is the big show, Caribbean Nights. We gave away tickets to that, so shout out to all of you. Shout out to Candy who won those. And the phone lines are doing weird things, so sorry about that. But we do have 2 winners. With that said, starting next week, we'll be giving away tickets to Kess and to Jerk Fest. So if you are interested in attending either one of those events, all you got to do is lock in right here to Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music, for your chance to win. Yeah. With that said, you guys have an amazing weekend.
Yes.
Be great, be wonderful, and stay blessed.
Amen. Amen.
Hallelujah. Bye-bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
On me. My affirmations are real.
What is this, Doctor?
This is
Well, Spark of New England, Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airwaves. Turn us up. All right, let's take a look.
We the best.
Austin's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you no mess with the way you are gonna see a million. We got the Congo long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. No say we are for win. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip hop.
Yeah, we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
Hey, let this shit run,
On me. My affirmations over real. You on your, you the one. Ain't nobody real. Hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. I hype me up. I got 99 problems, but I got 100 reasons. If it rains, sleet, or snow, I'ma ball air season. Cause I gotta hype me up. Hype me up. Hype me up. I hype me up. Say I'm enough. Even when it's tough, I can fall 1,000,000 times and I'm still getting up. Bull it for the bird, bro. It for the duck. Early bird get the worm first. Repeat after me, some up. I know I can. I know I can. Do what I wanna do. Do what I wanna do. If you don't believe in me, I don't give a about you. Get your ass to the bag. I know I am. No, I'm mother pressure. I'm mother pressure. It just take a little time. Had to come and shut it down. Nothing more, nothing less. Teaching ain't like a professor. I am healthy, I am wealthy. I'm a mother die. If it's for me, then it for me. What I tell them all the time. If you walk up by my life, I just take it as a sign. 3 fingers